Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of How's That the Cricket podcast with me, Lily, and Josh.
Hello, everybody.
So, this week we talked to Sterre Kalis, Birmingham Phoenix and Northern Diamonds player, and also Dutch cricketer. So, it was really good to talk to Sterre because she's played so much cricket worldwide, and it was just brilliant to hear all the experience she's had and who she's learnt from and what she's learnt over the years. So, it was amazing to hear from her.
We've kind of talked about how pathways here are in Australia and England. This was something else.
Mm-hmm.
Just to hear how things are in Netherlands and, how things could be better. But no, have a listen, guys.
Yeah, so we will just jump straight into our interview with Sterre Kalis. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
We'll just start off by if you could talk us through where you are at the moment and what you've been up to recently.
I'm in the UK at the moment. Being around the girls for pre-season and training with the Diamonds. Back in November, we had a World Cup qualifier with the Dutch team in Zimbabwe. And we played a couple of games there against Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Ireland. And then in the middle of the tournament, this new Omicron variant came out. So we all had to go, back home, which was a bit unfortunate. Then I spent Christmas at home with my family. And then I came to the Diamonds in January. And from that moment, I was, fully focused on cricket and, ready to go now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The season's coming around quite quick, isn't it? Like Australian cricket's over and now it's time to start focusing in on the UK cricket.
Yeah, definitely. So long pre-season. So it will be really good to start off with the games now.
Yeah, and you said there about the qualifiers. So that must have been, I know, so unfortunate, isn't it? Because you would have thought that this would have been like an opportunity for the Netherlands to be able to go into the World Cup, and for it to just kind of be put aside because of COVID must have been really disappointing for the team.
Yeah, definitely. And it was chaos as well because we had to go back, but there were like no flights, all airports shut down, and in the end we had to get like a private jet back to I don't know, we it took us like 44 hours to get back home. So everyone was quite happy to be at home, but also really unfortunate that the qualifiers got cancelled in the end.
Yeah, it is disappointing, but at least you were able to get home eventually. That, I guess, that's better than being stuck over.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, 100%.
So can we just go back right to the very beginning of your cricket story, and can you tell us a little bit about how you first got into cricket?
Yeah, 100%. When I started playing cricket, I was about 5 years old. My parents were divorced, so for example, if my mum brought my brother to cricket, he played cricket as well. I always had to come. When I was there and my brother was playing, I started to like throw some balls on the sidelines and practicing my swing. And I really liked it. And since then, I've been playing at my club back home. I always played hockey as well, field hockey. So I used to combine both of them sports. And then when I was 17, 18, I couldn't combine it anymore. So I chose to play cricket.
Yeah, it's so interesting because we've chatted to, quite a few people now, and virtually every single one of them has played hockey as well. And made the choice to choose cricket. So, it's what we like to hear. We do like to hear that. But so who were your cricket idols growing up?
When I was younger, we used to have a house in South Africa. So we went there like four times a year. Watched a lot of cricket there, watched South African play at Newlands and stuff like that, watched the Cape Cobras. And obviously there was Sterre Kalis playing. And besides we're sharing nearly the same surname, I always I always found that he was one of the best rounders in the world. So I always looked up to him, and I think he was my inspirational growing up.
Amazing, yeah. So, like you said before, you nationally play for the Netherlands. So, I guess it's probably not known anywhere else in the world for being like a cricket nation. So, what is the setup like, and what is the female cricket pathway over there?
Yeah, as you said, like cricket in Holland is not a very known name, as in especially for the women's side. It's not really on the TV as well, so it doesn't get much exposure at all. So it's really different. The competition is very small. We just don't have many girls playing the sport, so hopefully in the future many girls can pick up the sport and get into the game. We do have some pathways for the youth, but it's not as serious as the pathways here. They don't really train a lot, they don't play games at all. It's really different than here.
Do they have to compete a lot with, say, field hockey and football as well over in the Netherlands?
Yeah, definitely. Like when you're younger, you can combine it. Cricket is a summer sport, hockey and football is like a winter sport. So you can combine it, but then if you play one of the sports on a higher level, obviously you need to train more and you need to play games at the weekend. And when it's the end of the summer starting into the winter, then it will be on the same times really. But as you said, it's not much exposure. Like we don't really go to schools to give clinics to get it a bit known more. So I think that needs to change if you want to get more people involved in the game.
Yeah, going to schools with clinics would definitely help that, and hopefully they put the women's game on TV in the future. That would be good if they can get it on the TV down there.
Yeah, definitely. And if you look at me, like I've always been combining both sports, so it is possible. Then obviously when I went overseas to Australia, I was there at the winter time, so I couldn't play hockey. But now, you can easily combine both sports.
Well, yeah, that's what similar to what we got over here. We've got Aussie rules football that's played in the winter. So, it's definitely doable to do dual sports. I mean, you see Elise Perry played soccer, but then she chose cricket. But hopefully the pathway gets better there and can get more exposure. That would be good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, it really kind of must make it a bit more disappointing in the fact that you could have qualified for the World Cup and then that would have been on TV. So that's that extra little thing of, your team could have been on the TV and people here could have seen your team on the TV. Was that maybe even a bit more disappointing that it could have had that exposure if COVID...
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So can you talk to us a little bit about your international debut and what game it was and what you remember from that game?
So we had a tournament in rugby, and I was about 14 years old. We had an ICC World Cup qualifier there, and it was, I think, my second tour with the Dutch team. And by that time I batted at number 8 and I was a bowler as well. I actually got an international wicket that day too. I started batting at number 8 and I had 3 games. I had a not out score. So they asked me if I want to open the batting, which came a bit surprisingly for me, and I was a bit nervous as well. But then I opened the batting and that game I scored like 58 or something. And I've been opening the batting for the Dutch team since. So really cool.
That's great.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. So you also play for the Diamonds in the UK. So what are kind of the comparisons between the two countries and what sort of things have you learned from England that you can kind of take back over to your Dutch teammates?
Well, cricket as I said, England and Holland is hard to compare. The difference are, in my opinion, really big. Where in Holland we don't have many grass pitches to train on. We don't have good coaching facilities. Where in England the setup and everything around it is way more developed. domestic structure in England is all better organized in my opinion. The coaches are really good. And I love playing cricket in England, and hopefully I can do that for many more years. But of course, every time I come back to see my Dutch teammates, I take my experience from abroad and in tournaments. I take that back into the team and try to get the girls, to give the experience back to the girls. And I really like to inspire Dutch girls as well to pick up cricket, because in my opinion, I think if you really train hard and create opportunities, you can play cricket overseas, and as me, make it your living. So
that must be really helpful and inspiring for the other girls who can have you to kind of rely on to bring back all these experiences and the technical kind of side of it as well. That must be really valuable for those girls to learn off you.
Hopefully I'm trying to do my best. But every tournament, when we sit down in meetings, I share my experience and try to make every player in the team a better player.
That's amazing. So what is the next step for Dutch cricket? What do you think, aside from it being televised, maybe a bit more of a sport, what do you think is the next step that needs to be taken to make it more of a sport and known worldwide?
I think money is a really big issue as well. If you look at other teams around us, every team get professional contracts, professional coaching structure and stuff like that. It's a bit of the chicken and the egg, isn't it? Like if you want to become a better team and compete at tournaments, you need to invest. Mm-hmm. But then people say we don't invest until you get to them tournaments. So that's a little bit hard. But at the moment, I think loads of people in my team quit cricket because they need to work or they don't have the time off. Because, for example, if we're away for an ICC qualifier for a month, people who do work need to take off work. And to take 30 days of work is quite a lot. And especially if you're losing money at one stage to get time off work and don't get it back. Basically, when you're on tour, people quit, which is quite unfortunate because some players are really good and then they kind of have to stop playing. So I think that will definitely be a next step going forward as well. Unfortunately, we don't have ICC tournaments this year because we didn't qualify. But hopefully next year, when there's another one, we can compete with the other teams.
Yeah, it was like you said, and I think another one is it was good to see like the Netherlands and, well, what are they called now? The Netherlands, or is it Holland?
I got that question so often. But no, it's like if I say I'll say like I'm from Holland, but like really formal on like tournaments and stuff like that, it will say the Netherlands.
Okay, because I remember we got exposure over here to the Netherlands cricket team, like because we're in South Australia, and two of our players are Tom Cooper, played for the Netherlands men's team, and another Australian, Dirk Nanners, played as well. So that was really good to see them, and I've seen Tom talk about his experience there. So hopefully that's good exposure too. Like you have players from the men's team talking about cricket in the Netherlands, and hopefully you can get people invested in it.
Yeah, we've got some girls going overseas every year to play a season in Australia or something like that to get more experience there and come back with that experience too. But just not enough, I think. And to keep competing with the other girls who do get contracts now, I think it's really important. We need get more professional as well to keep up with them.
And I think it does show in like the level of cricket that we do see on TV at the moment, where Australia women's team have just announced their professional contracts, and it's so many of them, and England have a lot of their contracted girls as well. And like you said, that really does, and in order for it to be taken more seriously, it needs to have that level of professionalism. And
also to just so you can focus 100% on your cricket game, I think. And also, like, for us, we need to play, I think, more games on a high standard of level. I think you get better a lot if you play a lot of games on against good against good teams. So I think that's also something we have to consider going forward, to play more series. And it's unfortunate because some loads of series and stuff are based on ranking, and so we don't really get invited for them series. But I think it's a really good thing to play more games against good teams, to get a better side.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there was just a New Zealand versus Netherlands men's series that just happened. So it's even just stuff like that. Like, I don't think they won a game, but that experience versus New Zealand probably helped them a lot. So it really needs to, even if it's just, your team versus Australia and England, who knows? It's that experience that you really need. And the men seem to be getting it, but
100%,
so much you guys. But hopefully we can see more of that cricket in the future.
More Netherlands cricket. Whoop.
Yeah. So you spoke about playing for Diamonds. How did that kind of come about? Did you just go over to England hoping that you could get more experience playing domestic cricket, or how did you start playing over there?
Back in 2017-16, I played for Essex as well.
Okay.
Essex County. And after that, I've been playing a lot of ICC tournaments. And when we played in Scotland, James Carr, he's the director of our team. So he was, on a tournament, every team gets like a local person. That person shows you where the grounds are, organize like bottles of water, like a kind of team manager, and stuff like that. And he said to me, "Oh, you definitely need to be playing in England." So that's basically how I got back to the Diamonds. I was away in Australia for 3 years, and COVID basically brought me back to Europe. And I really want to keep playing cricket and following my dream to become a professional player. And I thought this was a very good opportunity for me, to play my game. So
yeah, that's great to hear. And you mentioned there that you played down in Australia. So can you talk to us a little bit about how that came about as well, and who you were with there?
Yeah, 100%. I finished school when I was 18 years old, and all I wanted to do was play cricket. And so I went to Australia, went to Tasmania in my first season. I trained a lot with the state squad there as well. Juliet Price was the head coach of them.
Yep.
That was really good. I got to train and play with some really good players. Which was really good for my development. And then the end of the season, I was going to travel New Zealand for a while. And then I got a phone call from the coach of the Queensland Fire, like the state team in Queensland, like in Brisbane, that they were interested in offering me a contract for the season after. And if I was able to come over for some training sessions. So they booked my flights, and I went over there for a couple of days to train and to have a look around there and stuff like that. And then they said, "Oh, well, you will hear something in about a month." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm traveling New Zealand anyway, and I'll see." And then before I even left for New Zealand, they rang me back that they want to offer me a contract. And I was of course really happy, and I said yes. And next season I played state cricket in Australia, in Brisbane. And then the year after that, I played in Melbourne for the full season as well. And then COVID came, unfortunately, and then got back to Europe, and since then I've been playing in England.
You've really gone to lots of different places, haven't you? And you've been able to try and get lots of different experience from all different teams, which is
I'm very lucky to travel around and play in different teams, different environments, different coaching stuff. Which definitely helped me helped me in my career.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see you back down under playing state a bit?
Well, I'd love to if the opportunity is there, and yeah, I'll definitely go back.
We'll contact SA Scorpions there and see if we see if we can organise something there.
Scorpion's really great. If you get a chance, I'm down in South Australia. It's fantastic.
We recommend. So you played for the Diamonds in the Rachel Hare Flint Trophy and the Charlotte Edwards Cup. It was an unfortunate result for the Diamonds, but I guess it's a big learning experience. So what have you taken from those games, and what are you going to take into this season's?
Yeah, as a team, we highlighted the areas we really needed to get better at. Of course, this year we've got a lot of more professional cricketers in our team. We've got 8 contracts this year, which all gives us the opportunity to train a full winter, to fully focus on cricket. So hopefully we can lift the trophy this year and win some silverware for the team.
Yeah, we'll be backing you. We'll be watching that from over here, and
we're definitely going to keep an eye on that a lot more this season.
Yeah.
Lily, you probably wouldn't. Do we get much coverage over here with that? Like, is there?
I don't think so. I don't think we can actually watch it, because I know that in the UK you can't watch much like WBBL because you have to like pay for it and stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to figure out.
Get to the illegal sides to get the live streams.
Just watch them. I'm sure we can find something. If not,
at least we have like
we're in the final.
Yes, for sure.
So also last year you were in the Northern Superchargers squad, and we'll talk about the bit of the change up from this year. But from last year, what was that experience like, being part of a 100 tournament for the first time?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Of course, a new tournament, and the atmosphere, the experience playing with like big players, sharing the dressing room with them, being at training with them. Of course, for me and everyone around me was really good. To play in really big stadiums on really good pitches in front of crowds and stuff. No, it was absolutely amazing, and it's good to see how women's cricket is progressing and potentially could be in the next 5 years.
Yeah, the 100 is one of those things where, like, we've obviously had the WBBL over here for quite some time, and I don't think we've ever had a crowd like the 100 crowds, which is just so surprising, because it's had its first season over there, and this has been going for 7 years, and we're shocked by the difference in but I guess that does come with the grounds that you're playing at as well, because you're playing at the big grounds, and the double
headers was also a really good thing in my opinion as well.
Yeah, and that's what used to happen over here, but then they stopped it, and I did think that maybe affected the crowds a little bit, but maybe we can learn a thing or two from England cricket now. But who was your favourite player to play with in the Superchargers team? Who was your favourite teammate?
Well, I learned a lot from all the players. In the Superchargers, my favourite was Laura Harris. I already played with her in the Queens and Fire team when I was over in Brisbane. It was so good to be around her. She was a good mentor. I had some lovely and fun moments with her, and I learned a lot from her cricket wise, but also personal wise. So I would definitely say Laura Harris, and hopefully in the future we can play together again.
We actually did just talk. We talked about that in a previous episode. Laura, she was on as a replacement player in the 100, and we actually said hopefully we can see her play, because like she's a fantastic player in her own right, and definitely in the same team as her sister Grace as well. That they're just two funny people, so that would have been very good.
Yeah, she's so fun to be around, and I can learn a lot from her, and
hopefully we see her over in the 100 in the future. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So on that note, on Tuesday there was the 100 announcements and the signings and the drafts, and it was started about 10 o'clock at night and I stayed up till about 1:30 in the morning, just refreshing my
Uh-huh.
Twitter, just seeing who's been signed. And you have signed with Birmingham Phoenix, which is super exciting to see. So how do you feel about all that?
Yeah, I'm very excited to be part of the Phoenix this year, with national and international stars in the team. I can't wait to join the team and get on the field with them and share the same dressing room with them, and learn a lot from all the players and coaching stuff. I think a new environment and stuff is really really exciting. And playing in orange is something I do with the Dutch team as well, so it suits me, I guess. But no, definitely, like, I can't wait to join with them this summer. Really looking forward to it.
Who is one of the players in the current squad that just got announced? Who are you looking forward to playing with?
Well, I'm really looking forward to play with Sophie Devine in the Fairbreak tournament coming up next month. She's in my team as well, so it will be good to wear the same shirts again this summer. But no, as I said, everyone in the team, I look forward to play with them. I can definitely learn a lot from all the players, and really exciting opportunity.
Yeah, it's like I said before, I'm so excited to watch it. And I'm also obviously from South Australia, live here, but I'm planning on going over towards the end of August by myself to go and watch a couple of 100 games. So I'm trying to get down.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah,
We play on my birthday. We play at Lord's, so I'll get you tickets
Nice.
for that.
I think we were hoping that we can go down to Originals versus Phoenix game at the doubleheader at Edgbaston. So might see you down there if I can get down.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm too poor. I'm too poor to go over there.
Yeah, I mean, like, it should be super exciting. But so aside from the people, what is one thing in particular that you're looking forward to, just about the whole tournament in general for this upcoming season?
I think the whole atmosphere and like the crowds again, as I said, a lot of young cricket fans around, and just to inspire them to play cricket. And I think also the amazing stadiums we get to play at, the amazing like pitches, grounds, everything really.
Yeah, it does seem like just so much fun, and it's really exciting.
And it's also different this year. Like last year, of course, there was COVID and stuff, so we had really strict restrictions, and like we couldn't sit in restaurants. We always had to like take out stuff, and we couldn't be around. For example, in hotels, we had to have breakfast and dinner not together with all the other hotel guests because of COVID. So just a normal cricket season is also something I really look forward to.
Yeah,
I guess like now that COVID's been around for a while, hopefully they should be able to. They're a bit more familiar with it, and hopefully they can put some things in place that they're a bit prepared for. So that would be good as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
Now I did notice that I don't know about other teams, but for the Superchargers, quite a few people did get affected by COVID and couldn't play. So were you affected by that at all?
Not during the 100, luckily. No, when we got back from Zimbabwe in November, I had COVID like 4 days after we got back. Luckily I wasn't ill from it. I didn't really have symptoms. I just had a running nose, and that was it. So luckily, but no, not during the 100, because there were some girls from the team and the men's team, of course, affected by COVID. But luckily for me, it was not during the tournament.
Well, there you go, and that's obviously for the best, because you got to experience the tournament to its fullest and not get affected around there.
It's a bit out of control. Like, of course there were restrictions and stuff, but it's still around. You can still get it. So luckily for me, I didn't get it during the tournament.
Yeah. And what do you think it's going to happen? So you mentioned before about this year, it might be a bit more relaxed, but I did notice that fans had to kind of stand at a bit of a distance and there wasn't really much like signing stuff. So is that something that is looking a bit more better this year?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if someone hit the ball in the crowd, it had to like the ball, you had to kick it back to the umpire to get it
Don't
like
touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they had to, with alcohol wipes, they needed to wipe the ball and stuff, and you couldn't really mingle with the fans, and which was a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it is what it was, and yeah, hopefully this year we can, we can get closer to the fans and the crowds.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And you mentioned before about playing with Sophie Devine, and then you mentioned the Fair Break tournament. So can you explain to us to the people who might not know, who would be tuning in, about what that is and how you're involved?
Yeah, definitely. I've been Fair Breaker really since the very beginning. Sean Martin, he's the founder of Fair Break. He has been absolutely amazing throughout my career. He arranged a lot of training, game opportunities for me around the world. He gave me the opportunity to be around really good coaches and players to learn from. He gave me exposure and helped me like in a lot of different ways. That's been really career changing for me. I really appreciate everything he done for me so far. Basically, Fair Break stands for equal chances and opportunities for all cricket players. And I'm really, as I said, I'm really proud that I'm an ambassador for the Fair Break. And the first Fair Break tournament in May. Originally it was in Dubai, but because of COVID, you had to quarantine for 3 weeks in a hotel. So they moved the tournament to Dubai. And I'm really looking forward to be part of the tournament, and I will represent Fair Break with pride on that tournament. So can't wait to go out there.
Yeah, that sounds super exciting again, doesn't it? Because you get to play with, I think it's a good mixture of nations that aren't known for cricket, like, for example, like Hong Kong and Vanuatu and all those kind of countries, and to mix with people like Sophie Devine and Stefani Taylor. I think that's a really positive thing. So hopefully that's a big step in the right direction.
Yeah,
in cricket.
The next step going forward for a lot of countries. So it'll be really exciting to be part of, and all the games will be live streamed, so
we can watch.
Yeah, hopefully everyone can watch the games.
Yeah, well, that's, you know what, that within itself, that's a much bigger step, that it's live streamed and it's not like on paid television. So that should be a really really positive step, I think, and very excited to see what happens there.
Yeah, definitely.
So you also part of the WBBL associate rookie squad in 2017 for the Thunder, which we saw that it gave opportunities to train with the team and be within that kind of elite athlete environment. So was that a worthwhile opportunity for you, and did you enjoy your time with the Thunder?
Yeah, 100%. For me, it was the first time being part of a professional setup. So it was amazing. Really, the standards were really high. The facilities were really good. The coaches and players were very helpful in developing my cricket. So I absolutely loved being around the Sydney Thunders and learn from the likes as Alex Blackwell, all the Indian like Harmanpreet Kaur, all the other girls involved in the team, which for me was really good to learn from. And I took all that experience. So the year after, the year after I played for the Queensland Fire setup. So I took all that experience in my second year, and definitely, it was definitely a cool experience.
It's great. So we had Catherine Bryce, I think, for the Strikers for Scotland. So I think we've still got memories of her travelling over. So I think that is a very good little opportunity there that teams are given. And I don't believe it's happened since. So I think it's definitely should happen again. But it's good to hear that kind of stuff was worthwhile for you.
Yeah, 100%.
I did some clinic coaching with Catherine, and I've also done some with Selena from Vanuatu. So it is very great to see those girls get a chance because they're very good cricketers, and I think that's what's great about fair break and what
exactly.
and what the WBBL did. So that was fantastic to see Catherine get a shot, and hopefully someone like Selena can come over and do that with the WBBL if they do it again. But yeah, no, it's fantastic that they're getting that chance.
Yeah, and it's all about like getting the opportunities and getting exposure and stuff like that. So, and that's what Fair Break stands for. And yeah, I'm really lucky to be part of the Fair Break setup as well.
Yeah, and who is one person maybe within that your team or the setup, I guess, that we should look out for? Who would you say is the one person?
I think from the associate nations, I think Mariko Hill is someone you can watch out for. She's been around our Diamond squad the last 3 weeks as well. So definitely, she's something to look out for.
Amazing. We'll make sure we'll keep a watch out there. So cricket wise, what part of 2022 are you most looking forward to? What's going to be your favorite moment, do you reckon?
Probably lifting the trophy with my Diamonds teammates.
Good answer.
Of course, all the other tournaments around. It's going to be a busy summer, and I can't wait to get going.
Yeah, super. Should be very exciting. Lots of cricket, isn't there? Going to be very busy. What would you say is your cricket highlight? Your favorite cricket moment ever?
I think in 2019, we played the ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers in Spain. And I had a world record for making the most T20I runs by a female cricketer. I equaled the score of 133 not out with McLenning. So for me, that's probably my career highlight so far.
Yeah.
Wow, what was it like in Spain?
The facilities in Spain are really good. So we got to play at Desert Spring first. That was our prep tour really, and then the tournament was in La Manga. It was the European qualifier with Scotland, Germany, and us, and only one was going through. And that game, I scored the runs. That was the winning game for us to go through and won the tournament. So we qualified for the tournament in Zimbabwe. We only just played like in November. It was scheduled the year before, but because of COVID, it got postponed to November. But no, playing in La Manga is actually like really nice, and I think a lot of European qualifiers are hosted there, because of the good weather and the pitch is there. So no, it was really nice to be there.
That's fantastic.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because you wouldn't think that Spain would have good cricket facilities.
No, Spain's not a cricket well-known place. So
no, that's interesting. That is.
Yeah. I guess it's somewhere like weather-wise, you can always play. During like the summer months and stuff. So
won't get rain delays.
I guess that's why they host those tournaments there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Beautiful part of the world too.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lovely golf course as well next to it.
What is it with cricketers and golf? Jeez.
I picked up golf actually. I love playing golf. Hopefully next time we play there, I can actually go on the golf course next to it and experience some golf there too.
Yeah, well,
Alyssa Healy, Mitchell Stark. Jeez.
So where is your favorite place that you've traveled to then with cricket?
We've been to Bangkok in 2015. We had a tournament there, so we went to Sri Lanka first, then to Bangkok. Which was amazing. I really liked Bangkok and to be there with your teammates and And yeah, of course you can do all the touristy stuff as well. So that was really, really cool. And well, Zimbabwe was really nice as well. Of course, it was COVID, but before the tournament, we were there like a week and a half before. We got to go to a safari place and experience that kind of stuff, which was also really nice. So yeah, I'm lucky to travel the world with cricket, and hopefully there many more opportunities like that.
Yeah, wow, that sounds brilliant.
Yeah, and it's also good to learn from like different cultures and stuff overseas. So yeah, that makes it good as well.
You said before about having Julia Price as your coach. Does that give you a bit of insight on how the USA cricket team play? Because she is the the coach over there, so you might know.
Yeah, she made a move to USA cricket, and I think she really likes her job there. But she doesn't give me all the insights from the USA cricket. But no, really good step into her next step into her career, and hopefully she enjoys it there.
What is your favorite ground that you've ever played at?
Well, we played at Lord's last year, which was really cool, and this year I got to play at Lord's again on my birthday, which is really exciting. But that was a really good ground. With Fairbreak a couple of years ago, we played at Bretman Oval, which was an historical ground. That was really, really cool as well. So I've played on some beautiful grounds, and yeah, that's definitely something changing in my career.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you said it so casually. You're just like, yeah, Lord's is been my favorite place to play. That must be pretty incredible to walk out onto the pitch there.
Yeah, Lord's is really cool. We got to train there the day before as well. So just be at that ground is amazing.
Yeah, wow. So we like to finish off our episodes with this or that questions. So we have got we've got this or that, but we also have got a couple of other little fun questions beforehand.
All right. So the first question is, which teammate would you take around the world with you on holiday?
Probably Bess Heath. She's in my team at the moment. We just found a house together as well. So it will be good to travel the world together too.
Is she sitting behind the camera making you say that one?
No. Hey, please mention me in this podcast. So
there you
go.
Brilliant.
If you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 things would you want to have with you, and who would you want to be stranded with?
Oh, probably. What would I say? Probably my earphones.
Yep.
Take them everywhere. What else?
It's a good question. It makes you think.
Yeah, it's a really good question. What will I bring? Probably my sport leggings.
Yep. Important.
Yes, and sushi.
There you go.
Oh, nice. All right.
Good answer.
That is a good answer. Yeah, you want food. What food would you take? Yep, good sushi.
Yeah, definitely. Sushi, my favorite.
Yeah. What kind of sushi do you go for?
A bit of everything, really. I love like salmon and all the fish in there, and yeah, no, definitely, I love it all.
Okay.
That's good. Good to hear. All right, so we'll go into the this or that questions. So I think we've got 6. Just give us your preference. So this or that is 2020 or Test cricket?
2020.
2020. Headingley or Edgbaston?
Ooh, then I have to go with Headingley.
Headingley. All right. Lily, you did think you should go Edgbaston?
Yeah.
I've played once at Edgbaston. No, but Headingley is my home crowd with the Diamonds, and I love to play there. So I'll definitely say Headingley.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that question in England because every ground is beautiful, has its own character. So
100%.
Can't go wrong.
I really look forward to play at Edgbaston though. But for now, I'll say Headingley.
We'll check back in next year, and you might
Yeah, it might have changed.
All right. TV shows or movies?
TV shows.
TV shows. TV shows is the popular one.
Yeah.
Horror or comedy?
Comedy. I watched a horror movie the other
I
night.
love a good horror flick.
I watched one with Bess actually, and I couldn't sleep for about 3 days. So I definitely say comedy.
Yeah.
What was the movie?
Yeah.
It was Hush. So it's about a deaf girl, so she can't hear anything.
Yeah, no, I have seen that. Hush, yeah.
Guys break into her house and murder her, and
Yeah,
it's so scary.
No, yeah.
I need to watch that. That sounds good.
Yeah. That
you need to watch it with someone else, because on your own it's so scary.
Yeah, that is scary, that one. I do agree.
Yeah, well, I watched it for the 3rd time and it was still so scary.
So pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
No.
Ooh, controversial, that one.
I think that's 1-1.
Yeah,
1-1 now.
No. Yeah. Do you just what is your go-to pizza topping?
Probably pepperoni.
Okay.
Classic.
I mean, does pineapple work with pepperoni? Not too sure. I don't know.
Not really, no.
I never gave pepperoni a go.
I'm vegetarian, so
you should.
I don't have any. So.
Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram, definitely.
Right. Yeah. So this is a little controversial one. It's already 1-1 between me and Lily. So chocolate in the pantry or fridge?
Ooh, not in the fridge, I think, because it will be too hard, and then you can't really eat it that well. So
I mean,
it gets tough.
Here.
Can't you just let it sit? You take it out the fridge and you just let it sit for a bit, and then it melts a little bit.
Yeah, but then why would you put it in the fridge then?
That's a good point.
Ooh. Oh,
that's a good point.
I love it. Lily said, when I first asked that question, I'm just like, chocolate in the pantry or fridge? She's like, fridge? Who would put it in the pantry? And so you just...
Very good point, actually.
That is a great point.
That's made me rethink everything.
Yeah.
My life choices. What have I done?
I just walk out after and just take all the chocolate out and just put it. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting, that one.
I think we'll definitely keep the chocolate in the pantry or fridge. That's a good one.
That's an interesting one. Yeah.
That's it. That's it for me.
All right. Yep. Well, that's our questions done. You've been amazing. We really enjoyed chatting to you. Good luck with all your cricket. We'll obviously be keeping up to date.
We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I loved that interview, actually. It was very insightful about what the future of cricket is in the Netherlands, which she talked about needs more coverage.
Needs more coverage. And it really made me feel quite sad, because it's like all they want to do is play the sport they love. And to hear that they can't because they've got no money, no funding, no coverage, it's really quite sad. So I'm really, really hoping that they start getting money put towards their cricket, and I really hope that they can become professional cricketers and we see the Netherlands on the big stage. It would be amazing to see, because it was quite disappointing to hear how little of cricket they get to play.
Yeah, it was very disappointing, and of course they're dominated by soccer and field hockey over there, but it is sad to hear that they don't even get coverage of women's cricket in general.
No.
Hopefully one day that can change.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to see more of the Netherlands Dutch women's team and like Sterre said, they need to qualify. So hopefully, fingers crossed that they can qualify and take that step further.
Yeah, and look, it was the plus side to it was the fact that she and others have had experiences worldwide. So her being able to really play in England and play domestic cricket and being contracted over there is such a good step, really, for the amount of cricket that they don't have in the Netherlands. So yeah, look, let's see what happens with Dutch cricket. But it'd be, like we said, so exciting to see a lot more. And like she said before, it'd be good to play just little games against other countries, like the men get to do against New Zealand. That would be such a positive thing. And yeah, fingers crossed that we can see more Dutch cricket.
Yes, fingers crossed. And the men as well. Hopefully they get back into the World Cups and we can see more from them as well.
Yeah, so that was our interview with Sterre Kalis. We really, really hope you enjoyed it. Other than that, you can follow us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at How's That TCP, or you can send us an email at howsthatthecricketpodcast@gmail.com. But that is all from me this week.
And that's all from me, guys.
How's that? You missed the bound.